Okay, welcome everybody to the first session of Move with Shelly. This is our October exercise series. Great to have you all. My name is Shelly, for those who don't know me, and I will be running this class for the next 4 weeks in October. And this Move with Shelly class is going to be a fully standing class. It's relatively high energy, at a relatively quick pace as well, but it's not as difficult as our September Challenger or the April Challenger series. If at any point during the class you feel unwell or you feel like you need to sit down and rest, that's absolutely fine. Please feel free to do so. Please listen to your body and be safe. If you are somebody who is hoping for seated modifications for the class, then please do check out our Thursday class, which is the seated exercise series at 11:30, and that starts this Thursday. So this class, we are not going to be doing any seated modifications. It is a fully standing class, but of course, you are welcome to check out Thursday's class if you wanted to do the seated version. Like our other exercise classes, this one is recorded, so you can access the recording on our Parkinson Society BC YouTube channel, hopefully uploaded this time next week if you do want to have a look at the class again, or if you need to leave early and you want to check out the last half of the class, you're welcome to do so on the YouTube channel. Generally, this class, you don't need any equipment, but at the beginning of each class, I will tell you if you need anything to hold on to or step over. So for today's class, the only thing you need is a small cushion, or it doesn't have to be a cushion, just anything you can hold on to. It can be a cushion, it can be a ball, it could be a book, it could be anything that you're holding on to. We're basically just passing that around our body and under our leg, things like that. So it doesn't have to be anything specific, but just something you can hold on to as a physical target. This is the Zoom webinar platform that we're using today. So that means that everybody's microphones are disabled. So that way we don't get background noise coming through as we're doing the class. But if you do have any questions, you are welcome to either use the chat box function, which if you move your mouse to the bottom of the screen, there should be a chat icon. If you click on that, it will open up the chat box. So if you have any questions, you are welcome to type your question in the chat box, and I will come up to the screen every now and then to just read the questions and answer them as best as I can. Or equally, if you don't want to use the chat box, but you want to ask a question, you are welcome to use the raise hand function, which is also at the bottom of the screen, in which case your microphone can be unmuted. So you can do that as well if you prefer to ask the question over voice instead of typing. If you do have any feedback for the class or any suggestions for future classes, you can also email us, and then that way we can plan something for the next year, 2023. Okay, I think most people have joined in. For those who have just come in and you missed the beginning spiel I gave, I was just saying that this class is a fully standing class. So if you want to look at a seated class, if you want seated modifications, you can look at our Thursday class, the seated exercise series, which also starts this Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Okay, all you need is a cushion or a ball or a tissue box, a book, whatever you can hold on to just as a physical target as we do our class today. Okay, let's get going. I'm going to pull up my clock here. Let's have a stand up. We're going to do a warm up together. We're going to start by marching on the spot. We're going to lift those knees nice and high, and we're going to swing the arms. You'll notice that as I'm swinging the arms are going backwards just as much as they're going forward. So if I turn sideways, you can see that my arms are going back just as much as they're going forward, and I'm not just like this, but I'm bringing the arms back as well. Okay, keep marching. So for the warm-up today, we are going to do a little bit of a warm-up drill. So you're going to keep marching, and I'm just going to explain to you what we're doing. Okay, so as we're marching today, we're actually going to be traveling around the room. So whatever space you've got, if you just start walking here, so keep the high knees, keep the arms swinging, and just walk around the room. You're marching around the room in any direction you want, anywhere you want, as long as you've got some room. Just be careful not to hit any furniture. So keep walking, and I'm just going to explain our warm-up drill here. Okay, so we're doing marching around the room. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shout out numbers 1 to 4. When I say number 1, you are going to touch your right hand to the ground like this, and then keep marching. When I say number 2, you are going to place your left hand on the ground like this and keep marching. When I say number 3, you're going to stop where you are and you're going to do 3 squats like this. 1, 2, 3, almost like you're sitting down in a chair, and then keep marching. When I say number 4, you're going to stop wherever you are and give me 10 punches forward like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and keep marching. Okay, so that sort of makes sense. Hopefully you're still marching. So I'll explain that again. So when I say number 1, you touch your right hand to the ground. When I say number 2, you touch your left hand to the ground. When I say number 3, you do 3 squats on the spot. And when I say number 4, you're going to give me 10 punches. Okay, let's start. So keep marching. Remember, you're traveling around the room. Don't stay in one spot. Even if you haven't got a lot of room, try to move around a little bit. And as we're doing that, remember, you're still swinging the arms and lifting the legs nice and high. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 3 squats. 4, 10 punches. Nicely done. Keep going. 4, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. Nicely done. Keep marching. 4, 4, 4, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 4, 3. Nicely done. Keep those knees high. Keep swinging those arms. 3, 2, 4, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 4, and stop there. Okay, legs nice and wide, big stretch. You can clasp your hands together, reach them all the way up to the ceiling. I know my hand's a little cut off here in the screen. You're reaching your arms up towards the ceiling as high as you can. Big stretch, elongate your torso. And then keeping yourself nice and long, we're just gonna pull over to one side. So you're kind of in a crescent shape. Hopefully you're a little bit warm from the warm-up drills. If not, don't worry, you'll get there. Back to the middle, stretching to the other side, keeping your feet nice and steady.
We're not moving the feet, we're keeping them where they are, or stretching up and over. Back to the middle, one more to either side. Big stretch over. Now, if you can't lift your arms all the way up, that's okay. You can bring them down a little further, but I still want to have that kind of up and over feeling when you're doing the stretch. Back to the middle, last time other side, up and over, big stretch. Keep your chest forward if you can, not slouching down, but forward. Back to the middle, and we're gonna circle those wrists all the way down, legs nice and wide, and we're going to bend to either side. So you're gonna place your hand on top of your knee, and you're going to pivot, you're transferring your weight, sorry, not pivot, transferring your weight from side to side, sticking your bottom back. So from the side, this is what it looks like. You're sticking your bottom back as if you're about to sit on something, and you're basically shifting your weight from side to side, okay? Keep going. You can slow it down as well if you want to enjoy the stretch a little more. Let's go for 8, 6, 4, last 2, last 1, and coming back up. One leg forward, big scoop with the opposite arm, scooping from the side. Stick one leg forward. Keep that front leg straight. Stick your bottom back. Big scoop with the opposite arm like you're picking something up off the floor. Remember to stick your bottom back. So we're not just bending down like this. We're sticking the bottom back. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs nice and wide, arms up like so. And we're going to brace our tummy muscles, and we're just going to rotate on the spot here. So keep your legs where they are, and we're just twisting like you're looking from the right wall to the left wall and back again. Or if you can go a little further, almost like you're looking at the back wall each time. If that's making you too dizzy, keep your head forward. Shoulders away from the ears. Slow down as well. You want a nice rotation, gentle rotation through the spine. Good, last one, reach those arms out nice and wide, big reach over, big side stretch. You're trying to reach your arms in opposite directions. So one to the floor, one to the ceiling, shoulders away from the ears, chest facing forward. So don't let yourself cave in. Open the chest nice and wide. Make sure you're breathing, coming back up. And drop the arms, same to the other side. Keep your chest forward if you can. Big stretch, hopefully you feel it on the side of your torso. Coming back up and drop the arms. Okay, hopefully you're a little warm. So we are going to do a mini circuit. We are going to do 2 rounds of 5 exercises. The first round, we are doing 2 minutes each exercise. The second round, we're doing 1 minute for each exercise. And then we're going to end the class with a bit of a cognitive game, if you will. Not really a game, a cognitive challenge. Okay, so the first exercise, I'm going to turn sideways so I can show you. So we're going to do forward and backwards lunges. We're going to start on one leg only, okay? So choose the leg you want to use. What you're going to do is you're going to lunge forward. And you notice that I'm reaching the opposite arm 2 legs. So my left leg is forward, my right arm is forward. My other arm is also reaching behind me. Fingers, palms, nice and splayed. And then I'm going to push back to the middle. And then that same leg is going to go backwards into a backwards lunge. And coming back up, same thing, forward lunge, backwards lunge. Noticing that my fingers are wide open and I'm still reaching opposite arm to leg the whole time. Now, you have the option, let me turn this way actually. So you have the option, when you are doing the lunges, you can either touch that foot down, so lunge, touch that foot down, before you go backwards, touch that foot down before you go forward. Or if you want to challenge, you can go forward, bring the leg up, don't let it touch the floor at all, and bring it directly back. Bring it up, don't touch the floor at all, and go forward again. So we're doing one side only. So we're doing 1 minute on one side, 1 minute on the other side for the 2 minutes you have in this round. Okay, now if you can't lunge, don't worry, you can do a step. You're welcome to do a step and a step instead, okay? Just make sure your back arm is lifted. I don't want to see anyone's arms down here, right? Back arm lifted, no one's arms should be down here by the hip, lift it up, and it. So you can do a step or a lunge, whatever works for you, and you can put the foot down in the middle or keep it lifted for a balance challenge. Okay, so we got 2 minutes, we're doing 1 minute each side. So choose what side you're starting with first, and I will let you know when time is up. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Remember, you can touch that foot down in the middle, or you're welcome to lift it. Remember, you're doing one leg at the moment, okay? Just one leg. We'll switch after the first minute. Hopefully you got a little bit more room than I do here. You know, I'm touching the blinds and the walls a little bit, but that's okay. You've got 30 seconds left on this side. Nicely done, everybody. Last 15 seconds. Keep your chest up. Imagine your body is like an elevator. You can't tip forward and backwards, but you can go up and down. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch sides. Check in with those arms. Are your fingers wide open? Are you lifting that back arm every time? Keep that chest up. Remember, your chest is like an elevator. We can't go forward and back, but we can go up and down. Opposite arm to leg the entire time. 30 seconds. Nicely done. Keep breathing. Remember, if you can't do a lunge, do a step. That's okay as well. But I want you to step out as far as you can. So even if you're doing a step, I just don't want to see your feet do this. Doesn't count. We want enough of a step that your body actually moves, okay? Last 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, not too bad, right? 2 minutes, goes by really fast. Okay, our next exercise is going to be our reverse wood chops. We're going to bring those legs nice and wide, as comfortably as you can place them, without you feeling like you're going to slide out of control, but nice and wide, ideally wider than the hips. Okay, you're going to clasp your hands together, and you're going to reach your hands to one ankle. Doesn't matter which side, we'll do both, but you're reaching down to one ankle, and then what you're going to do is you're going to pull up in one diagonal motion to the other side. So if I'm starting with my hands towards the left ankle, I'm going to pull up towards the right side of the ceiling. Okay, so it's almost like you got a gigantic pen in those fists here, and you're drawing a big diagonal across the room, a big diagonal across the room here. Okay, big diagonal across the room. So we're going to do that side, so whatever side you choose, for 1 minute, and then we'll switch to the other side for the last minute. So that way our circuit exercise for this one is 2 minutes as well. Make sense? So you want it to be slightly a faster motion, like you're stretching, you're pulling something up and down. And down. So there's a bit of a rotation at the top as well. Just be careful with your back. Maybe do the first few a little slower, so that you get the movement before you add in that kind of power. Okay, are you ready? 1 minute each side. Choose what side you want to do. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. And down. You'll notice that as I pull up, I'm transferring my weight over to the side that I'm reaching my arms to. Can you see that? I'm transferring my weight. transferring my weight. Yeah. Drawing a big diagonal across the imaginary canvas in front of you. You got 30 seconds left on the side. Nicely done. Transfer your weight over using the tummy muscles to pull up. Nicely done. Bit of a twist at the top. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch sides right away, other side. So same thing as before, you're transferring your weight. So you're transferring your weight. Transferring your weight. Really extend those arms. Imagine you got that big paintbrush in your hands and you're drawing a diagonal line across the canvas in front of you. Nicely done. You've got 30 seconds left. Big transfer of the weight. Transfer of the weight, 20 seconds. Keep those arms extended if you can. Imagine you got no elbows. Got to keep the arms straight. You got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so what we're going to do now is our third exercise is going to be some reverse lunges. So you notice the pattern here. We're doing a lot of movement backwards to help with anybody's balance if you have issues with that. So I'm going to turn sideways. What we're going to do here is we are going to do reverse lunges. So the legs look like this. You're stepping back, other leg, stepping back and in. So if you can't do lunges, you're welcome to do a step and a step. But the only thing I ask of you is if you are doing the step version, I don't want to see anyone do this. Doesn't count. Because you'll notice as I'm doing this very tiny step, my body's not actually moving. It's kind of staying in one spot. And what I want here is to take a slightly larger step. So you got this backwards translation of your weight, right? So rather than just the feet moving, my body kind of staying where it is, I want you to step on that leg. Step on that leg. So there's sort of a backwards translation of the movement. So reverse lunge, other side, reverse lunge. Okay, now the arms go like this. They're going to be in fists and they start by your armpits. And you're going to push the arms forward as if you're pushing someone away from you. Really extend those arms. And then you're going to grab and pull back towards you as if you're pulling something towards you. So you're pushing a heavy weight away from you and then pulling it back towards you. And so as you step back in the reverse lunge, you're going to push the arms forward and pull back in as you bring that leg in. Same with the other side, you're pushing the arms away, pulling back in, okay? Push, pull, push, pull, okay? 2 minutes, are we ready? Here we go, 3, 2, 1, and go. Remember, if you can't do a lunge, you are welcome to do a step, but you have to step back enough that you can actually get some weight transferring back. So if I'm doing a step, I want to make sure I'm stepping back enough that my body goes back, right? So what I don't want is this, right? We're not tapping. Keep going. I'm not tapping my foot back, right? I'm putting my weight on there. Putting my weight on that back leg. Okay. Keep going. Nice sharp movement with those arms, if you can. Nicely done. Keep going, keep breathing. Remember, your body is like an elevator. We're not tipping forward and back, right? We're not going forward and back. We're keeping our body in one line. We're going up and down, right? 50 seconds left. You can do this. Nicely done, 40 seconds. Keep going, nice sharp arms if you can. Transfer that weight back. 30 seconds. Really spread those fingers out as you're pushing and really clench the fist as you're pulling in. Nicely done. Last 15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh my goodness, nicely done. Okay, so we are going to use the cushion now. So what we're going to do here is we're going to hold on to the cushion or the ball or whatever you've got around you. And actually, let me show you the leg movement first before I do that. So with the leg movement, here's what we're going to do. We're going to step out to the side like this. We're doing a side lunge, big push, back in. Same to the other side, side lunge, big push, back in. So there's sort of an element of balance here. When you push back in, you kind of have a moment of upwards in the air, that feeling, and then you come down. So you're pushing out, big push in, balance, and down. Now, if that's really tough, you are welcome to push yourself back in and just place that foot down. Out to the side, just put that foot down, okay? But it's really important that when you step out to the side, you put weight on it. Put weight back in. So we're shifting our weight. So what I don't want to see is this. Doesn't count, okay? We're not tapping the foot out to the side. We're stomping on that leg. We're putting weight on that leg, putting weight on that leg, okay? Now, with the arms. You're holding onto your cushion, your book, your ball, whatever you've got. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to lunge out to the side, and you're going to pass whatever object you've got in your hand around your torso, keeping your chest up. No one is like this, right? Keep your chest up, pass it around your torso without touching your torso if you can. Big push back in, and you're going to reach those arms up. Okay, same to the other side. I know this is cut off, but it's up overhead. You're going to reach the other side. You're lunging to the side, passing that cushion or whatever object you've got around you, and come back up. Okay, same thing. Lunge, pass that cushion around and reach. Lunge, pass that object around you and reach. Okay, so you're trying not to get the object right on your body. Try to see if you can have it not touch your body as you're doing the circle. Okay, so you're lunging to the side, pass it around your body and reach up. Lunge, pass it around your body, reach up as you come in. Okay, 2 minutes. Are you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Keep your chest up. Remember, nobody should be like this. Keep your chest up. Try not to let whatever object you're holding touch your body. You're passing it around your torso. Remember that element of balance if you want before you go to the other side. Element of balance. Or if you don't want to do that, you are welcome to just tap back in. Whatever works for you. Remember, you're transferring your weight from side to side, so you're really stepping on that leg, and then you're pushing your weight back to the middle, okay? So there's weight transference here. So what we're not doing is like this, right? This is a very different exercise. See how here, I'm not really transferring my weight, I'm just tapping the foot out. You wanna stand on that leg, stand on that leg, stand on that leg to push back in, okay? So you're shifting your weight. 1 minute left. Nicely done. You've only got one exercise after this, and then we're done round 1. Round 2 is basically the same thing, exactly the same 5 exercises, but only 1 minute instead of 2. Nicely done. 30 seconds. Try the balance component if you haven't yet, even if it's just for a second. Transfer your weight back in. Nicely done. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. You can put your cushion aside. Okay, last exercise. So legs nice and wide, wider than your stance, wider than your hips. And you want it to be wide enough that you feel that you're kind of doing a bit of a balance challenge here, but I don't want you to go so wide that you're at risk of doing a split, okay? We definitely don't want that. So bring it out enough that you feel like the stance is a little too wide for you, but not far enough that you're losing control. And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do our windmills. We're gonna reach those fingertips to one side, and we're gonna go up and over as if you're drawing a big rainbow, as if you're drawing a big rainbow arch, up and over the entire way like that, okay? So it's like if you had a canvas in front of you and you're drawing a rainbow with your fingers, like you're finger painting, okay? And as I'm doing that, I'm transferring my weight as well. So I'm not just standing here with my arms moving, but I'm transferring my weight from side to side, okay? As that kind of up and over element. Okay, 2 minutes. Are we ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Up and over. Imagine there's a big canvas in front of you and you're reaching, you're drawing a gigantic rainbow in front of you. Go, go, go. Reach, reach, reach. Nicely done. You're transferring your weight from side to side, transferring your weight. Nicely done. You are 30 seconds in. Keep going. Big reach, transfer your weight. Nicely done. Really imagine that gigantic canvas in front of you and your finger painting. You're drawing a gigantic rainbow. Nicely done, everybody. Whew. 1 minute left. Keep those legs wide. Don't let the legs slowly creep in. Keep them where they are so you're transferring your weight, but your feet stay on the spot, right? They're not stepping in. We're keeping our legs where they are, but we are shifting weight from side to side, but the legs are not going to get smaller. Nicely done. 30 seconds. Keep going. Up and over, like you're drawing a rainbow on the canvas in front of you. Nicely done. Keep going. 15 seconds. Up and over. Up and over. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Okay. Whew, how are we doing? You have a quick 30-second break. Get a sip of water if you need. And then we're going to do that circuit again. But this time, a minute each exercise instead of 2. And I'm just going to come forward. Nothing in the chat box. Okay, wonderful. Good. Hopefully you're all doing okay. Try not to sit down if you can. 15 seconds before we start the circuit again. Okay. Right. So first exercise was our forward and backwards lunge. You probably remember that. So we go lunge, opposite arm to leg. Remember, we're reaching the arms out, fingers nice and wide. The back arm is not down here, it's up here. Big push. You can either put the foot down or an element of balance. And then you do the same thing back behind you. And you repeat, you go forward, back, forwards, back. We're doing 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds the other side. Remember, if you can't do a lunge, you can do a step. That's fine as well, but I don't want to see anyone do this. Doesn't count. To see how my body's not moving, doesn't count. You want to have that forward, that backwards translation, okay? All right, here we go. 30 seconds each side. I'll tell you when to switch. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Big reach. Remember, your back arm is reaching too, and you're really opening the fingers. Opposite arm to leg. Really open those fingers. Nicely done. 15 seconds. Nicely done. Keep going. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Same thing. Lunging or stepping. But if you are stepping, remember, you're moving your body enough that you're actually transferring your weight forward and back. And make sure your back arm is up, not down here, up here. Good. Keep going. You've only got 10 seconds left. That was so quick. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, circuit 2 is much faster. So our next exercise is a reverse wood chops. You're standing in a wide stance, so wider than your hips. Clasp your hands together, reaching down to one ankle, and then we're pulling upwards in a diagonal. Remember this one? So you start with one leg. So if I'm starting with the left leg, my arms are reaching to the left. I'm going to pull up towards the right. And you'll notice that I'm transferring my weight, right? I'm transferring my weight from side to side. So we're going to do 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds the other side for a total of 1 minute. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Pull up and down. Imagine you got a gigantic paintbrush clasped in your hands, and you're drawing a big diagonal line across the canvas in front of you. Nicely done. Good, well done. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch right away. Other side right away. Drawing that big line, really straighten your elbows, push with your legs to throw those arms up. The power comes from the legs. You're pushing up the leg as the arms come up. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Well done. Okay. So our next one is going to be our reverse lunge with our stop and squat arms. Do you remember this? So the arms go push and pull. So from the side, I'm doing a lunge backwards. And as I lunge back, I'm pushing the arms. And as I bring the leg in, I'm pulling the arms back in. Okay, so I'm lunging and pulling. Now, if you can't do a lunge, step. A step is fine as well, as long as we're not like this. To see how my body is not moving. It's in one spot. I want you to step back enough that there's that backwards translation just like before, okay? Now with the arms, we don't want to see this. Doesn't count. We're not going for fluid movement here. We're going for sharp, powerful push, like you're pushing someone away from you, and then sharp, powerful pull, like you're pulling someone towards you again, okay? So you've only got 1 minute here. Are you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Push, pull, nice and sharp. Push, pull. Really make sure your body, your torso is like an elevator. So we're not doing this, right? We're not going forward and back with our torso. We're keeping our torso upright. So we're keeping our torso perpendicular to the ground, right? Even though we're getting lower. So it's like an elevator. You go up and down with the torso, but not this kind of forward and back motion. You only got 20 seconds left. Keep going. Nicely done. Really push something away from you and then pull something towards you. 15 seconds. Nicely done. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh my goodness. Okay, our fourth exercise, we got 2 more. This one, we got our cushion, our ball, your book, whatever you got. And this is our side lunge one. So what we were doing here was we were lunging out to the side, past the object around your torso without actually touching your torso. Leg pushes back in. Reach those arms up, element of balance if you want, or you can put the foot down right away. And then same to the other side, passing around you, reach up. So remember, we're not just doing this, right, with the legs, we're stepping on the legs. You're transferring your weight out to the side, transfer it in, transfer it out to the side, transfer it in, okay? You only got 1 minute here. You ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. Lunge to the side, big reach, moment of balance if you want. Lunge to the side, big reach. Nicely done. So you're really thinking about transferring your weight from side to side. So I don't want to see anyone do this. See how my torso stays in one spot? We definitely don't want that. We want that translation out to the side and back in. Translation out to the side, back in. You've only got 30 seconds left. Nicely done. 20 seconds. Last 15. Big push. Element of balance. Big push. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. Put your object away. We got 1 exercise left, and this is our windmill. So this is the one where we reach the arms up and over, reach the arms up and over like you're finger painting a gigantic rainbow on a canvas in front of you, and you're shifting your weight from side to side. 1 minute. Are you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Reach up and over, up and over. So I want there to be that feeling of up and over. We're not just going side to side, but we're going up and over with our trunk. Up and over, almost like you're leading the up and over movement with your breastbone. So we're not just going like this, but we're going up and over, okay? Keep going, 30 seconds. Nicely done. Legs are wide, so you can really transfer your weight from side to side. Keep going. 15 seconds. Nicely done. Keep going. Big reach. Reach. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh my goodness. Okay, grab some water if you need some water. We're gonna grab a chair. Now, ideally, you're not using a rolly chair like I am. So you want a stationary chair that doesn't move, but I'm using a rolly chair for now because this is the only one I've got today. My dog has unfortunately chewed up all of my wood chairs, so I'm using this today. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of a cognitive dual tasking activity now to finish the class. So I'm sitting in my chair, I'm sitting forward in my chair, my feet are planted, I'm nice and tall over my pelvis and over my hips, so I'm balanced. So if I turn sideways for a second, can you see how tall my torso is? So I am not going like this, right? I'm not kind of hinging on the hips here. I'm nice and tall, nice and stacked on top of my pelvis. Okay, and my back is away from the back of the chair. So ideally, you have a chair that does not have wheels and does not turn like mine does. But for the sake of today, I'm using this one. Okay, so when we do a dual task challenge, what that means is we're doing a physical task paired with a a brain kind of task, like a thinking skill. And you can do this in a number of different ways. We are going to do a language dual task today, meaning that whatever we use for our thinking task is going to be word-based, language-based, okay? So here's the physical movement we're doing. You are going to take one hand and you're going to rub your tummy. Okay, with the other hand, you're going to pat your head. Oh, I bet there's some groans and sighs already. Okay, you're rubbing your belly and patting your head like that, okay? And at some point during the task, I'm going to say switch. And when I say switch, you're going to switch hands. You're rubbing your tummy and patting your head with the other hand, okay? Now, this is a physical task. So when we're doing this challenge, you're going to keep doing this physical task. And while you're doing the physical task, you are going to say out loud, you're going to name as many cities you can think of, starting from the letter A down the alphabet all the way to Z. So that means you're saying a city that starts with the letter A, then B, then C, then D, and so on and so forth until you get to D. All while you're doing this. And then at some point during your dual task, I'm going to say switch, and you're going to switch to the other side. Does that kind of make sense? So dual tasking, we're doing a physical task while doing a cognitive task, and we're trying to maintain the quality of both. So if you're starting to do this where you stop moving, or you're starting to do both the same, then you need to go back to really thinking about the physical task before you then continue on with your verbal cognitive task, okay? So this is a language dual task because we're using words. It's a word dual task versus numbers. Okay, are you ready? Let's start by doing the physical movement of rubbing your belly and tapping your head. Okay, when you're ready, you're going to start saying out loud, you're naming cities starting from the letter A down the alphabet. So a city with the letter A, then B, then C. Ready? Off you go. I'm gonna try to stay quiet here so you can concentrate. Cities. Still sitting nice and tall. Keep the hands going. Switch. Keep going with your verbal task, but you switched your arms over. Switch. Hopefully you're still doing that verbal task, naming cities down the alphabet. Switch. 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 Oh, I'm messing some of you up, I bet. Keep going. Naming cities all the way down the alphabet while maintaining this physical movement. Switch. 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 And let's rest there. Okay, how did that go? Hopefully it was a little challenging. Did anyone get down all the way to Z? I hope so. I hope some people were able to. I know this one's a little tough. We'll do a different dual task challenge next week, so you can try all the different types that you can possibly do. Okay, let's do a bit of a stretch. Legs nice and wide. You're going to bring one leg out straight and you're going to hinge forward at the hips, keeping your back straight. So we're not like this, keeping your back straight and you're hinging forward. So you should feel a stretch on the inner thigh of that straightened leg. Breathing. And coming back up, let's switch legs, same thing. Nice and tall, hinging forward at the hips, back nice and straight. And back up. One leg in front, nice and straight. Again, hinge forward at the hips, back nice and straight if you can. Reach down as far as you can. If you can't reach your toes, shin, knee, whatever is okay. But you're just hinging forward to feel that stretch at the back of that leg. And let's switch sides. Same thing on the other side. Leg nice and straight, hinge forward. Good, coming back up. Reach those arms out to the side. Big tilt over to one side. Legs may be a little bit wider to help with your balance. You should feel a stretch on the side of the torso. See if you can reach your fingers to the floor. Coming back up, drop the arms, same to the other side. See if you can reach your fingers to the floor on one side. Coming back up, reach the arms all the way up overhead. And we're going to circle the wrist down. And you are finished. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us for the first session of Move with Shelly this October. Hopefully you had some fun. So remember the exercises, this class is recorded and it will be going onto our Parkinson Society YouTube channel, hopefully by this time next week. So if there's anything you found challenging in the class that you would like to do again, you are of course welcome to do so when the video comes out. If you're looking on YouTube, you can just type in the search box Parkinson Society BC, all in one word, and it will come up. Good. Well, it's a quiet chat box. That's probably a good thing. It means everybody was concentrating and working hard. No questions. That's absolutely fine. If you do think of any questions later, you are, of course, welcome to give us a call or email us, and we will do our best to answer them. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. I will see you next week. Same time, same place. Remember, if you found this class a little too challenging and you want to do the seated version, you are welcome to have a look at our seated exercise series this Thursday at 11:30, and it's going to be every Thursday for the month of October. Okay, thanks everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for coming. See you next week.